Hello everyone, my name is Dark Moon Doll, and today is Monday, so I decided I want to do something different for Monday. A subscriber, viewer suggested that I talk more about like everyday type of topics that, I think it's like something that people can relate to too. She made that comment because it was on the specific video I recently made, and the video was about it was the lookbook, but I was talking about how I noticed that as the years have gone by, thrift stores have become very expensive. I mean, way more expensive than a thrift store should be. Because, I mean, the main word in thrift store is thrift. It's thrifty, so you're supposed to get deals there. So I want to elaborate a little bit more on my opinions about that on this show today. So I'm going to take you back to my history of thrift stores. For me, when I was growing up, we were very poor. There's some winters when I lived in Chicago, we didn't have heat. And you know how it is. I don't know if you do know how it is, but if you don't, well, in Chicago, it gets very, very cold during the winters. It snows, ice, everything. It can get in the minus degrees sometimes. So anyway, there's times where we just had to go and go to the thrift store. We couldn't get our clothing, all of our clothing, from like the name brand stores like Kmart, and they didn't have a Target in Chicago. They may now, but it was Kmart, and the main ones was Kmart, JCPenney, Sears, yeah. So that was the main ones, and then there was the thrift stores. And there was one specific one we used to go to, me and my mom and my brother, my older brother. It was called AmVets. And, yeah, I would go there, and my mom would say, look at me and say, don't hang out with me. Go look for some clothes for school. So these were my school clothes that I was having to shop for. My brother had no problems finding things. I remember the items were very, very cheap. And, even for things that look new, they're very, very cheap. Now, mind you, this was like probably early 80s, late 70s, early 80s. So as time went on, I realized when I finally was on my own and I was an adult and I was buying my own clothing, I realized that it really was thriftier to shop at thrift stores when you don't have a lot of money. So I continued to do so, and I was successful at finding items. There were things that I liked and things that were comfortable to me. Now, as I got even older, I started noticing prices going up, and this was about in the 2000s. There was a thrift store I used to go to that was right across the street from me, and the prices were decent. I mean, these are used clothes. You shouldn't be stepping out of the... I mean, do you think you should be stepping out of the thrift store with a t-shirt that's $20 if it's used? I don't know. It just seems a little silly to me. Yeah, so I noticed that a lot more, that the prices were going up. And I started seeing, like, there's not really any difference between a thrift store or, say, Target sometimes, or Kmart sometimes. And I noticed that the men's clothing is a lot cheaper. When I went to the thrift store the last time, I went in the men's section just to see what I could find for, my son, see if I could find some pants or whatever. And I was looking through there, and I was looking at the clothing. I mean, I'm finding, jeans for $2 here, $1 here. And these aren't like busted up looking ugly jeans. These are nice jeans. $5 here. Then you go over to the women's section, and it's ridiculously higher than the men's section. I mean, these are used items. Why are they so expensive? It's because, they notice that there's a wealthier crowd of people shopping at thrift stores. This didn't just happen just this year or this decade. It happened I remember just noticing it, and it may have been going on for a while, but I just remember noticing it in the 2000s when I started shopping. when I was shopping at thrift stores, and I just know there's a lot of wealthy people. I mean, I can tell they're wealthy. You see the cars, you see how they're dressed. Just like they're wanting to buy clothing at the prices that people like me are wanting to buy my clothing, like not way expensive, because that's why I'm not at, these other stores. But it doesn't make sense to me. It almost seems to me like it's more like a fashion statement, really. Because a lot of the fashion now looks like the stuff that I wear now, just because, okay, this shirt's worn, it's got holes in it. Well, it kind of looks cool, whatever. Yeah, it's what I've got. But no, people are purposely going out of their way to make themselves look like they're lower class. It's amusing to me. It's amusing to me. Because there's so many people out there that can't afford to buy brand new of anything, really. And people find it really cool and neat to, like, put safety pins on your clothes and stuff like that. And they don't realize that, way back when, I used safety pins to, like, kind of mend my clothing really fast. I mean, I had holes in my jeans, not because it's a fashion statement. When I was a teenager, I was running. I was running from some dude. It was weird. In high school, he's kind of coming at me, and I was running from him. I tripped and skinned my knee, and now I've got a hole in my jeans. And it's funny because nobody was wearing holes in their jeans at my high school. And then all of a sudden I did that one day, and then I saw people wearing holes in their jeans. It wasn't a fashion statement for me. It was because I have no clothes. This thing happened to me, It's weird. It's a weird world we live in when wealthy people want to be like poor people. It's like, to me, in my perspective of this all, it's like they want to be, they want to seem like we're not all the same. We're not all like money grubbing people. We're just like you. We don't mind having a bargain too. And it's like, what do you need a bargain for if you're wealthy? Yeah. Why? Why do you need a bargain for that? I mean, it may come off that I'm being harsh towards rich people, and I'm sure there's some wealthy people out there that are not, jerks or mean people, but why are you shopping at a thrift store? This is a place that was supposedly made for people that couldn't afford to shop at mainstream stores. Obviously, that's the history behind it. Obviously, that's why these places were created for that. I mean, what's next? The wealthy people going to go and stand in line to get free clothing? That's not going to work, of course, because you have to prove that you're at a certain income level in order to not get it or get it. So, of course, that wouldn't work. But you know what I'm saying. It's just, it's silly. It's ridiculous. Stop trying to relate to people that are poor. Instead, what you should do is donate to those who are less unfortunate. Do that. I mean, it's just ridiculous. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed my ramble or rant about this. I think it's silly, and I think it's sad because there's a lot of people that aren't able to just go, oh, I need a new pair of shoes. Bam, just go up and buy them. Not everybody has that privilege. Not everybody can just go, oh, I need such and such pair of socks, amount of socks, I need this, I need that. Some people just don't have it like that, where they could just go off and just buy it. Or if they do, they don't want to spend too much money because clothing and shoes and all these things are astronomically expensive. They are. And a lot of these things don't really cost that much to make. I'm not saying all of it, but a lot of these things that we're being charged way, 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 way high prices for. It's just ridiculous. So, so anyway, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this rant. I'm really passionate about the things that I believe and that I see. I just only speak on what I observe, you know, and see in my world. And that's what I see in my world, and it's like, it's just ridiculous. Alrighty guys, thanks for watching. Thank you everybody for who's subscribed here. Thank you for liking. Thank you for sharing my videos on this channel. Thank you for the nice comments and the suggestions. Thank you, subscriber, for suggesting me to do this kind of show. And you know, I may just do this next Monday as well. So please do subscribe if you haven't yet. Like and share this video and other videos on this channel. And yeah, I hope you guys are having a great day. And yeah, just stay peaceful. No matter what, try to keep your peace. If not, go outside, get some fresh air. Because this world is sometimes confusing, but it becomes less confusing when you like really take that time out and just really really try to understand why you're here. Alrighty guys, peace.